Hey, what's up there? Diego here. In this video, I want to break down this whole strategy here, basically how I helped Nick Metzger's Video Business Academy scale with fulfillment. So before I start here, I want to show you quickly who Nick is and then what this whole breakdown is. But it's basically a case study about Nick Metzger's Video Business Academy and how I built the whole structure on the fulfillment, how I actually run the whole offer as a COO. So if you've never heard about me before, my name is Diego. I work in the coaching space for the past 5 years, and I actively run and operate different coaching offers. So some of the offers I operate are doing 100K, 500K, or some offers even 7 figures a month, so over $1 million a month. And in this video, I want to break down Nick Metzger's Video Business Academy and the whole system that I used to achieve a lot of great stuff. So again, this is Nick. This is his Instagram. He basically helps people with our coaches, videographers specifically, to get, as he says here, coaching videographers from 0 to 10K or to 10K a month guaranteed. That was the offer. So let's talk about it. So here, what Nick said about me, Diego came on as our COO from day one and built a backend and scaled us from 0 to 250K a month in record time. He owned hiring system, infrastructure, blah, 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 leading to 50% client success rate and 30% resell rate. So if you're not doing any or not making any money on the backend, that would be a very interesting video for you. And also, there's a couple of more things I will break down here with the things that are achieved. So one of the things that are achieved is, again, 50% client success rate. So 50% of all people joining this offer had results, which is insanely good because you can upsell all of those people. If you don't have results with people, you literally can't upsell them. It's very difficult. Okay. Then I helped him to multi-X his LTVs. We initially started to offer on 4K, and then we brought the LTV sometimes up to over 50K per customer. So people literally spend over 50K with us as a lifetime value. Okay. Then I helped him as well to increase the LTD. LTD means lifetime duration, how long a customer stays with you. That is needed. You need to increase that to even work on your LTV. Because if people don't stay with you, you can't really upgrade them or resell them or upsell them. Then almost 30% of additional revenue came from upsells and resells, or from almost 0 to 30% in resells and upsells, right? And then 20% in video testimonial collection, which is so high. Think about that. Like every 5th person in your offer will send you a video testimonial. That's from all the people. And then also every 5th person will give you a Trustpilot review, 19.6%. And then every 10 person will give you a referral. Okay, that is literally what I achieved. So let me break this down and let's get started. So first, over the last 5 years, I developed a system I call performance-based fulfillment. That basically means just to a very specific way how to track data and bring client success, and then with that help people to get actually successful and then upsell and resell a lot of those customers. So again, client success is the core foundation of everything that I built or I developed here for Nick. So again, Nick was running an offer for videographers. Here you can see Monday board data with the different levels. So we usually use I think I have a screenshot of that somewhere, a level-based system to kind of like track data of customers. And that's where you need to start. So if you don't track any data, you need to start track data. You need to have a client board and you need to have a level-based system of what levels clients go through to get results. Okay. And then as you can see here, we literally achieved over 50% in client results. That is from the Monday board data as a screenshot just to show you. And also we almost hit 200 people over time that got results here since we started tracking. We didn't track it day one, but basically what happened, we scaled the offer very fast, and at one point I realized that revenue was dipping and I needed to come up with strategies to make more money on the back end of the system and increase the client success rate. That's where we went literally from 15 to 50%, okay? So first thing you need to build is an action-based video training. Most offers don't have this. They have a video training. Yes, they're using School, Kajabi, whatever, but it's not action-based. Action-based means under every video or the main videos, there's action steps. So people know exactly what they need to do, okay? They know exactly what they need to do. And you frame people right, so when they join your offer, you have a roadmap for a specific amount of time with a specific outcome, okay? Most coaches don't have this. Most coaches communicate in the marketing side, we help you from 0 to 10K, but then later on, don't really frame people when they join. So here we broke down the exact systems that people need to build in those 6 months to actually hit the 10K, because we learned what they need to do and what they don't need to do. You can teach a lot of fancy things, but what's actually needed to get people to the 10K mark is what we mastered, and we broke it down here. And that allowed us to help people go through all of this within less than 6 months, maybe like in 3 months, right? And then guess what? Since they have had success within 3 months, we already upsold them month 3. That will allow us to make much more money much faster. Because why would you let them be in the 6 months if they already got success? But that needs to be framed well, okay? And I want to go too much into detail here, but that is some of the things that we used to achieve that goal, okay? So it's a lot about data, it's a lot about understanding how to build these systems. And then usually with client management, you have a level-based system, as I said, right? You have a CSM team. We had Jay. Jay did an amazing job with that. And then we had different SOPs and a full breakdown what actually we need to collect and we need to track. Where are friction zones? Like, where do people get stuck? I blurred this out here because I not share everything here for free in this video, obviously. But we literally broke down in milestones and different steps what people need to do. Based on this will help you a little bit understanding about this, like a full roadmap. And then this helped us to then actually got much more successful with people because we start to reach out to them, and accountability is a big part of this. But again, as it says here, this will go basically to here. I missed the arrow here, but I developed a unique strategy here with the CSM to work on clients, but I will only share that info in a call. That would be too much sauce. But basically, that's kind of the system that we used to run the fulfillment. And then besides that, this is for client success, right? Now, people got much more success. So with that, it will allow us now to upsell people and resell people. Because if people have success and you promise them, get them from 0 to 10K, now we can upgrade them from 10K to an offer where you say, hey, we help you go from 10K to 20K. And guess what? You can charge more because now they have money, and you can you don't have marketing cost, right? Because those people are already part of your offer. So you make much more profits on your upsells. Another reason why you should work on that. But let's talk about client retention, right? Client retention is basically LTD. Most companies don't even know that or never heard about that or don't track it, but LTD is how long customers stay with you. Because even if you get them success, that doesn't mean that they stay with you. You need to be very smart on when you reach out, how long your program durations is, and when you upsell and resell them, and how do you connect them to the brand so it goes beyond value, it goes beyond success. They want to be part of this, okay? You build a movement, and how you build that is with all of these things: challenges, awards, referral programs, community, welcome gifts, rewards, masterminds, all of that, okay? So to break this down, we had masterminds with people here. As an example, we did one in Dubai, which was amazing. We did one in Bali. That was this picture from here, for example, right? And people love this. You connect with them in person. That will build so much more trust with your audience, with your customers. And you can use this for content as well. This is the content, a gold mine basically on a mastermind, talking with people, doing interviews, real life, because most coaches, they work internationally. They never really meet their customers in real life. So it's a very good way of just building massive trust with your audience, with your customers, with your offer, okay? Then you need to collect wins and collect a lot of results. We collected hundreds of screenshots. Like, I put just a bunch of them here, but there is so much things that we collect. We had a whole system how we collect 5-star Trustpilot reviews, and as you can see here on data, We collected over 23% in testimonials from all people that went through our program, which is insanely high. And then also Trustpilot reviews, we collected almost over 20% from all customers that ever joined our offer. Trustpilot review. Obviously, this is connected to client success. If you don't have success, you can't ask for Trustpilots, but that's why success is so important. And then also 10% of people gave us referrals, which is amazing. So for example, let's say this guy is a videographer. He gave us contact for another videographer that we then signed in our offer. And as you can see here, people are winning. We have had a lot of success with people. I want to show this to you actually. But basically, you also need to track success, actually track it, how much revenue your audience actually made. Because if you just say, oh yeah, our community is doing well, we are doing millions, blah, 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 no one is fucking believing you. No one believes that, okay? But if you actually track it like we did, basically reach out to every customer monthly and then track those things, right? You could literally see that the whole community did over 13 million in revenue, which is amazing, right? And we can state that. We can say, look, we did this specific number in revenue with all of the people in our offer. So people are winning. It creates FOMO on marketing. It creates FOMO within the offer itself. People are hyped. People are working. People come together, right? And all of that. Right? The hoodie, by the way, is a part of the welcome gift. I don't want to go too much into detail here, but it's something I would definitely add once you reach 100K months. We had awards here that we sent out to people, which people loved, by the way, and just different gifts, different challenges where we sent them a book if they achieved or completed a challenge or different things like that, okay? That all connects. And then we had a whole system where we tracked different things and how we interacted with our people in our community, right? So this will literally allow you to get so much more proof, trust, and everything I said. Also, we had hundreds of testimonials, as you can see here. This is just a screenshot. We started to even put them into country and gender. So if someone asks us, hey, but I'm from this country, do you have someone that won in this country? Yes, we do. We have someone from Switzerland. We have someone from Germany, Netherlands, Sweden, United States, Austria, whatever. We had, I think, over 40 countries or something, which is crazy, right? And again, this will just allow you to get so much more proof with your offer and create client retention, okay? Hope this kind of makes sense, but that's what we used here. Now let's talk about upsells and resells or offer letters. So again, I told you before that we literally had people that had a LTV of over 50K with 24 transactions, as you can see right here. So those are all the payments, right? That came in over time, and it's a time span of over February 2023. This customer stayed until 2024, okay, April 2024. So that is literally how you can see, or a proof that you can see that we actually had customers with a insane LTV, okay? So how we built this is with this offer letter system. So let me start here. First, you got a instant upsell besides your flagship offer, if it's worth it, which is kind of like the lobster on the menu. Does this make sense? So for example, if you go in a restaurant and there is no lobster, no one will buy a lobster, right? Because it's not there. But if you add a lobster, one person will buy it, okay? It's almost like there's always this guy that tries to buy just the most expensive item on the menu. And it's the same with coaching offers. There is guys that are quite successful and they just want to have more access to people, etc. Of course, it needs to be good. It can't just be more expensive, but there's always worth it to have a premium offer of your main offer, of your flagship offer. That is your instant upsell or lobster on your menu. Then we had the flagship offer. As I said, we had 4K. We charged 4K up to 6K for the flagship as an initial price, or below that, before that, even less. It depends. We did some special deals, monthly payments as well, but that was kind of like the flagship offer. Then we had a low ticket value loop. Value loop is something that people just pay ongoing for ongoing value, kind of like a tool or software they need. Don't want to go too much into detail here. Reach out to me if you want to know what it was. But here we had masterminds as well. By the way, we charged 5 to 7.5K for a 5 to 7 day mastermind, okay? Which is, pretty cool, I would say. And then only allowed maybe like 10, 15 people to go there. Then VBP was Video Business Pro. This was a 6K upsell. And the ladder worked like this. Here we help people go from 0 to 10K, right? And then here we figured that some people haven't achieved fully 10K and made 8 to 10K, sometimes 12, but they were still kind of in this area. And it was too early to help them go from 10K to 25K. So we developed VBP, which is basically 10 to 15K consistent. I'm not going to write that word, but consistent. That was the goal here with VBP, which was for more support, more value for them, and more help with the steps that they had here. Because understand, if you go from 0 to 10K, here you have a new need. You really need to understand what's the new need of a customer so you can help them get more results with the next steps. Then here we had that from helping people from that to 83,000 a month, or I would say like everything from 25K to 83K a month, which was kind of like reach $1 million a year, basically as an upsell. And this was a 12-month program. I felt like now thinking about it, it was a little bit too long, to be honest. I would probably, if I rebuild it now a little bit, do it less time. Then that's kind of how we build it here, okay? Then, again, with all of this, let me see here. Yeah, we did some hybrids before, as I mentioned before, right? But with all of this, we literally had huge LTVs, okay? Also, the offer peaked over 300K months at one point, and that is kind of the whole system. So let me share with you the last thing, because I want to be very transparent. Nick recently slowed down the offer because he made all the money he could in the past, I would say like 4 years where we ran this offer. And then he made the money and he put it into trading. And for the last 3-4 years, he already was in trading and did amazing. And then now he kind of, took the money out, kind of exited as a founder. He just slowed the offer down and transitioned into trading. Now makes all of his money from trading. And that's why he changed his name. So you need to search for Nick M Trades. But just for proof, you can literally scroll down on his feed and you will see a lot of video content about videographers and stuff, because that is literally the same account as you can see here. He has 86,000 here, and before he had like, I would say, very similar numbers. So he recently just switched, if that makes sense. But yeah, that is what he's doing now. So if you want to go the same route, like make actually a shit ton of money in coaching and then decide if you want to slow it down or keep running it. But he couldn't exit the company, sell it basically, because it was connected to his personal brand, right? So he just exited with the money he had and then went into trading. But anyways, if you want to achieve something similar, this is the system, literally the system we used to build the VBA. Okay, it was at the peak the most known program for videographers and how to scale as a videographer. And that's basically all I built in ops. And then again, my story is basically when I helped Nick, I started with Nick 5 years ago or something. I started then help other coaches as well. And over time, I started to run or operate more different offers. And right now, I operate multiple offers that do 6 to 7 figures with different coaching offers or with different coaches like Nick. And again, some of my clients are doing over $1 million a month. So it's pretty cool. I love coaching. I love this space. And this is the whole breakdown of my strategy. If you want to learn more, feel free to reach out to me. I actually still have sometimes space to onboard or work with new people, but I'm very selective, to be honest. I don't onboard like 10 people for my services, because I work it's literally me working with people, building these systems over time. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me and let's talk.